Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I'm your host, Glenn Poole Harding, and tonight we have a very special guest. This basketball head is a product of two legendary high schools. Rice, where he was on the freshman team, and they went undefeated into the championship. Then he transferred to Manhattan Center, where he finished up playing with hip-hop luminaries, Cameron Giles. What you know about that? And my guy, Harlem Legend, Richie Parker. After high school, he attended FIT College, where he led them to a 28-8 record and a national tournament berth, before moving on to play Division I ball at the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. After college, this basketball head played professionally on the N1 mixtape circuit, you know, legendary status. Harlem Globetrotters, what you know about that? NBDL, IBL, Iran Super League, ABA, Puerto Rico, China, England. And before that, he was playing summer league with the Knicks. What you know about that? This basketball head had an impact on the New York City basketball scene and still has his fingers on the pulse of the city. If you play NBA Live, just know this basketball head was an associate producer of one of the games. He does motivational speaking, public speaking, connecting with kids and adults all over the world. Let me slow down a little bit because I'm getting a little bit anxious. It's my guy. Nowadays, you can find this basketball head on the sidelines of the Dallas Wings coaching staff and the WNBA. Yes, he's coaching there. That's what we do in New York City. We transition to the next level. How big is that? So, without further ado, help me welcome to the show, New York City Streetball legend, and now the new assistant coach to the Dallas Wings, Coach Tim Gittens.
Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped into the world of chaos, where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
Yeah, hello?
You hear me now? I hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hey,
that's
feedback?
perfect. Yeah, that's perfect right
Okay.
there. Cool. Right, so, like I said, we've been trying to connect for a minute, man. Like I tell you guys, man, I'll be watching from afar, you know? And when my guy hit me up today, he just reminded me, he was just like, yo, G, that's my guy. Like, I said, okay, you acted the same way when I had Kenny Anderson up here. And then I had Skip up here. He was like, that's my guy. I'm like, he was like, yo, son, this is the New York City of gods. What you expect? That
Facts.
dude, though, he had all the fancy moves, but he had it under control. And I had to think back. And I said, wow, he's right. You had all the moves like everybody else, but it came with less turnovers. Let's just say that.
Yeah, definitely. And I gave a lot of my coaches headaches throughout the years playing for him. I love Coach Jackson watching. He's just close. When I was at the close eyes.
Wow.
He closed eyes all the time. I'd be like, I'm sorry, Coach. I remember like Richie used to cuss me out. And Richie said he never knew when the ball was coming. He used to just run like this.
You have to listen. When you play with a point guard as good as yourself, as great as yourself, you have to, or you're gonna get hit in the head. You know, I remember, this is not even my own horn, but I remember like 1989 running down the court looking at a Ross Strickland pass about to come to and saying in my head, Glenn, you better not mess this up. And that's what got me in the paper with all those big dogs, because I caught that pass towards the end of the game. You know, it's just those things that you guys, it come from you guys. We the receivers of y'all guys' greatness.
Nah, I've been blessed by a lot of. I've been blessed to be. I tell everybody go, you know how you became who you were. I said I grew up in the city of gods. You know,
Right.
you walk like us walking down the street, seeing Rod, Mark Jackson, Kenny A. You know, and then my era of the '90s with a little bit older than me, Jerry McCullough, Terry Rencher, you know, Dave Sweets, you know, Tiny Archibald. You know, we walk around every day. We walk into them. We just say what's up, go to the store, and keep it moving. Like, you know, like, so I tell people all the time, like, when I see New York City Guard and we give each other homage, they be like, "Well, Dad, you know him?" I said, "Yeah." Like when he was playing, I was watching him, and when I was playing, either I was playing against him or he was like, "Yo, you shouldn't do that. You should do this, do that." And we never was scared to show each other because I guess it's a mentality thing in New York City. I can show you. I don't care how many times I show you, you can't outdo it better than me. That's how our mentality is. So it don't matter what you say. Like we always go.
Right?
Nah, like you gotta prove you can do it. Like I say, I give you a hammer, don't mean you know how to put a nail on the wall.
Right. So I want to jump right into this, man. Who introduced you to the game?
My dad. My dad. I grew up, I'm a Harlem City kid, but my dad was all over with Bob McCullough. Like I used to use my godfathers, Bob McCullough, Goose Tatum. Probably a lot of you probably know all of them. A lot of other guys don't know them. Like Kobe Bryant, Jelly Bean Dad used to come from.
Basketball royalty. Yeah.
Like, so my dad was the road runner. So he grew up with Ron Thias and all of them. Like, so that's that whole crew, there's so many of them, you know, Bobby Hunter, all them guys actually played in the Globetrotters first before them. And they had the team, the Harlem Apollo All-Stars. So, no, I know it because I was told, because remember, it was the original helicopter who played with them was like one of my godfathers too, that came out and stayed in my house when I was little. So I was a baby, but I know the names because I talked to them. Like Goose used to run 135th Street Park that people don't know about. Remember that ran that park behind Harlem Hospital, you know, right behind it. So, you know, that like he was there since he was older. Like, so my dad passed when I was young, but I used to go to the park. They always took care of me. So I was able to play in everything and stuff like that. So I actually was scared to play when my dad was around because he was because I don't know if people remember, like they call it in battlegrounds, all the old schools used to go this Sunday morning and play pickup, and they bring their kids, and you know all the kids would play together. So that's how me and Derek D Threat got close. That's how me and a lot of other guys got close, Sham and all of it, because we all, you know, our older parents that played with like A-Train, Stu Barnett. Like, you know, a lot of guys might know who these guys are, but these are the guys that pulling.
He'll be on the show soon. Trust me. That's my guy.
He tries to drive them crazy because I used to be on the court mad. They take my ball and play pickup. And I'm like, y'all gonna let me play a game. You know that was the rule back in the day. Young kid had the best ball. You use his basketball, but he wouldn't play.
Yo, let me tell you. I said this a long time ago when I had Laura Milley on the show. Laura Milley is the first New York City basketball Gatorade Player of the Year. And I was saying to myself, to Laura, I said, Laura, back then, the dudes who was good didn't own a basketball.
Facts. For no reason. At all.
Like, the little nuances of basketball, I don't think people thought about. I didn't really think about that. Like, yo, I didn't really get a ball until I started playing high school basketball, but I needed to work out by myself. And I had a summer job, and I was able to buy that. But before that, no way. We was born the little kid who got it for Christmas.
At one point, I remember going to the park on 141st and the Hill, and I was young. My aunt, I just moved in my aunt. She wasn't really a basketball person. She bought me one of them. People don't know this. Only New York people, old New York people. We went to Woolworth on Broadway. Remember Woolworth?
Oh, damn, you know about that.
And she went in the bucket and got me one of them damn rubber basketballs. And you know when you bounce it, it go ding. So nobody will play with my basketball. So I was able to sit around the whole time on the court, on the side court, because nobody want to play with it. And then when I got good and upgraded to a newer basketball, everybody wanted to play with my basketball. I'm like, but nobody remember them days. You go get the little rubber basketball, and every time they hit you coming a mile away.
If they hit your fingers, it's a wrap.
So that's how I got kind of introduced to the game. And then, like, just I hid from my dad. So I used to play in the park. I played on 53rd Street. I went to PS 153. I used to play in the park. My dad come, I stopped playing. Because, you know, if he saw me playing, you know, it turns into drills. You know, that old school era, you know, Bob McCullough, they got a ton of drills. So I didn't want to do that. I don't want to play. You know, so, but I was killing all the kids in the neighborhood, but I wouldn't play. When he came, I just sit down. And then when he passed, I was probably like 9. He passed when I was like 9. So then I was like, you know, it was like that missing void. And then I started, you know, to be close to him, I started playing the game. And that was kind of the thing that kind of propelled me to, because I heard so many stories about him and what he played and how he helped other people, like Poncho, some Puerto Rican dudes that everybody knows, Streetball, Poncho, and them played in Puerto Rico from the Bronx. Like, those like my godfathers. Like, when I played in Puerto Rico, they came out and saw me. So, like all of them, like, cause it's like, you know, the basketball's community. Once somebody go, everybody always look out for them.
That's
so,
right.
like, so all of them kind of like Floyd, you know, Coach Floyd and all of them, they were my dad, Dana Warner's dad that played Steve College. You know, they all was connected from Battlegrounds playing on Sunday. So wherever I was at, I remember Bob used to show up to my game and be like, "Hey, little Smitty son, don't we turn the ball over?" And, like, you know, Bob always said like 2 or 3 words to you and mess you up. I'll be in the middle of the game, taking the ball out, he just tap me on my leg because he always sitting in the front row. "Hey, stop playing with him and go to the hole." "Where you come from, Bob?" Like, but they always there, from him to what's my guy, Ron Thias, what's my guy that used to old school with the glasses, always get all the pro-am games, everything. Even to this day, they used to recruit for the Knicks.
Somebody gonna put him up there. Somebody gonna put him up there. His name slipped my mind, but I know who you're talking about.
Ballhead, I always talk to him, like, you know, he's like, he actually recruited my dad, and then I want to trying out for the Knicks. I can't think of his name right now. It's slipping my mind. They're going to kill me because I know.
Let's come back for a sec. Do you remember the high school that your dad played at?
No. Not. I have to ask Bob. I'm called Bob and find out. I never knew. Like, but I know they all was tight, so I can definitely find out from Bob. Like,
yeah, that'll really be dope, because, you know, if Bobby Hunter knows that, Bobby Hunter number I could call as well. Because I just find that when I found that out doing my research on you, knowing that you wore 13 in honor of your dad, and he played, and he was part of that brotherhood, but that brotherhood, that elite brotherhood, because the Globetrotter was everything in the black community in America. And those days, because he was way better than everybody else.
I'll make you laugh. So him, I can't think of dude. So remember, people don't remember this because I'm young, but I wasn't around when it happened. Remember when they had the Harlem Globetrotter Classic and they used to play against all of them?
Yes.
Tiny played against my dad, and my dad got MVP of that and gave dumb numbers. Like, so they all, like, Bob and all of them know him. They said my dad was crazy. But, you know, that was like, I wish I lived around to get to see a lot of that stuff. So, like Jim Couch, all of them played with my dad, played against him. What's the name of my coach I played for, Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Rick Carr played against my dad. So, like, you know, and I remember Sam Worthen.
Sam Worthen is my guy. I grew up right down the block from him. I see him all the time. And every time I see Sam, I have to go somewhere. I said, next time, Sam, call me. I'm coming up the block, and he's going to talk. He's like, I got you, G. I got you, G. So that's my guy. We all grew up idolizing Sam, man.
Sam told me, like, that's a guy who, when I first started coming into my own, right before I went to Wisconsin, Milwaukee, he taught me so much, and it was simple stuff. And I remember playing with him, and, you know, Sam getting his bag, you blink, it'd be right in front of you. You know, he tapped the ball, it'd be right in front of you. I'm like, man. And he did it for a long time until he was older, and he still had that touch. Like, I tell guys, like, he was one of the few. Like, it was such a – I think the community of basketball really raised me, and I also got my bumps and bruises from it. So they matured my game within the game. And to me, I think without that, I wouldn't be who I was in the way I played.
And then your character outside of basketball speak volumes, because everybody who I talk about you and say you coming on the show, they talk about how much of a great person you are. So that speaks volumes.
Yeah, I appreciate that. My biggest thing is like, you know, I was a kid that I had less. So when I got opportunity to give back, I always give back because it was done for me, you know, and that's the biggest thing I tell a lot of guys. It ain't, to me, like I did a lot of camps in New York City where I didn't charge no kids. And
Right.
I didn't want to charge any kids because at the end of the day, we got a whole bunch of people that can pay for that. You know, we got a whole bunch of politicians that get money and stuff like that that's actually allocated for that. So why not let them pay for these kids to go there, and then I just give my services. And that way everybody get taken care of. Expenses get taken care of, and we just get in the gym and work. Because I did a program for 6 years with Candace Hayes for like 6 years in the summertime. And it was funny because, you know, New York City, everybody think I'm trying to steal their players. I don't like AAU. I don't coach AAU, but I want to make kids good so they can destroy AAU.
Say that again. Say that again. Say that again. Repeat that.
I said I don't coach AAU and I don't like AAU, but I want to teach kids how to destroy AAU because at the end of the day, it's still basketball. But it ain't like our AAU.
Yes.
Our AAU, we practiced 2 hours before, you know, with our same team and all that. And they don't understand that. We had real workouts, like, you know, from Brooklyn United to Mustangs to Sun Devils to Riverside to Gaucho, Miami Bronco.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
what's my guy?
No matter how good you were.
If you didn't show up, you didn't play.
Malloy, Jason Williams, who played for the Nets, was in my team. All these guys had to come to practice or they wouldn't play because we was stacked. Every team was stacked.
Everybody had 10 guys. It was never nobody you could never walk in that. I told on some of the team, I told some of the guys when they was like, yo, how you playing, stuff like that. I said, I play on a team where I was like the
bring the phone
down,
son. Bring the phone down so I can get your whole There you go. There you
better?
Go. Cool. Yeah.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
So they were like, you know, so they asked me, how you know? I said, well, I was like the 4th string guard. It was like, what? I said, first of all, I came in a weird era. I went to high school in 90. So 90 had everybody. You know, Jerry McCullough, Felipe Lopez.
My guy Whitehead said 90 was the best class in New York City history. And by the way of the McDonald's All-Americans, since we had 5, that kind of solidifies it. On paper, at least.
Nah, it was, I tell everybody, it was the best from 90 to 90, probably 96, 97. Because think about it, Felipe graduated with me in 94. We had at least 7 dudes fighting, 10 dudes fighting to get in McDonald's. Remember it was Kareem. Kareem was a junior, Kareem was a senior. It was Philippe, Zende Hamilton, Orlando Chick was the year before, and you had all the St. Raymond dudes.
Matt burned it.
Yeah, I forgot about Matt. Like, and remember, my freshman year, Talent Town closed down, and then we got Sean Wise and all of them at Rice. So, like, we got Rice, we got Sean Wise, we got Kojo, we got all of them coming. The other half went to St. Ray, the other half went to Hayes. Like, people who don't know basketball don't know how deep, like, it was. So that's why a lot of us, you know, had to either leave Rice or go somewhere else because at the end of the day, we had, first it was an all-boys school, and it was 250 kids in there, 50 to 70 of them can really ball. You know, like, because my class, I told you one thing. The starting 5, my freshman year, was Jerry McCullough, Philippe, Reggie, Freeman, high 5, Manute, the other big kid name. Then you had Rob Johnson. You had all these guys coming, and our freshman team was crazy. And then right in the middle of the year, Sean Wise came, Kojo came. We had Richie Allegosson, who played freshman with me. Ziggy McKee played freshman with me. Troy Forster. What's the name that played at Martin Luther King? We both changed at Martin Luther King. I trained there. Bird was with me on that freshman team. Like, we was sick. I remember Ron Carlos coached us from Minnesota.
Yeah.
So Ron brought all of us there because, truthfully, Sham was supposed to come to Rice right behind us. Because remember, that's the whole block. Because I live on 42nd and Convent. You go from Lenox to Convent, it was Sham, Ali Mo, you passing Gary on the corner, you go up my block, Then you had the twins that went to A. Phillip Randolph. Like, so like it was straight up a block. But Carlos had all of us on one team.
Damn.
Because it basically, like, you know, every block had ballers. And then you go to older guys, that's Tip Dog and all them block. You know, Todd Dangerous and all them coming in play. Like, there was a lot of dudes. It's like, and you keep going. Then you go to the Bronx. That's a whole different category. And you go to Brooklyn, same thing. Because you had our era was like, you know, Ed Coda. My era, Ed Coda. Booger. Yeah, actually, Booger older than me. I was a junior at Manhattan, and Booger was a senior. Yeah. So Todd Davis, you know, we had a lot.
Davis, we're on you. My young king, we're on you. King. Well, he grown ass man now. Y'all I had to play against his brother Trevor, right? Crazy. Oh.
Todd still had one of the slowest crossover right to left ever, yo. But you couldn't take it.
Didn't it seem like he was gonna get picked sooner or later, but it never happened.
Crossover to a spin move to a finish.
And all banging on you.
Yeah.
All right, so I wanna do something real quick because you just ran off some names, and I think I jumped the gun a little bit because I was about to say Steph, but Steph came 92.
No, Steph. We play against Steph because me and Steph the same age, but he a year underneath me because we played at Gaucho together. So Steph was at Lincoln. We actually beat Steph and them at Lincoln when we got in a fight with him. Cause my backcourt at Manhattan Center was me, Cam, Rich Parker. They call it in the newspaper. They call it the triple threat. And then we had Dwayne Jordan who went to Seton Hall, with Travis Saller who went to North Carolina Central. Then we had Keith Thomas that went to Colorado, come off the bench. So we were stacked. Like, so we went up in there and, you know, and gave him a quick spanking. You know, so
well, you know, when Steph was a kid, he was watching us beat Manhattan Center in 1986 in the city championship.
that team was different. That Manhattan team was different.
Let me tell you something. When I took John Arnold was my guy, right? We played him.
That's Dave Tweed and John Arnold.
John Arnold, yes. I now have to hold Jerry McCullough. You heard?
Oh yeah.
So always held the best player. But John said, we look past y'all. And we didn't, at that time, me, Tiny Morton, who was our point guard, people that know Tiny was nice. Bernard Mitchell, Sean Williams, Peter P. Head, my guy, Dave Adams. You got a nice bench. About 2-3 guys came off the bench, but that was the tip. Beat them, next game, had to play against Malloy and them. They look past it. So we're just talking about those errors where it's great. I'm still hearing some mumble. Now. Okay, I don't hear anymore. All right, so you talk about that 1990 All-City team. 1990-91. Terrence Brencher is Player of the Year, and he got Mr. Basketball. You had James Caricier from Lincoln, Steve Frazier, Jerry McCullough, Andre Riddick, Orlando Atwiga. Orlando for the
Globetrotters.
Mo Brown from Grady.
Yep, with St. John's, right? St. John's.
Yes, Stacy Castle. Scoring.
I forgot about Stacy Castle.
Y'all get this is crazy. And we not even talking about the dudes who made All-American.
Nope, not none of them.
You know what I'm saying? Jamal Phillips, he got MVP of the state championship.
Yep.
Kim Woosley. And hold on, and that was Brooklyn, I think. Brooklyn, Queens.
Yeah.
And then you have Manhattan. It's.
I tell everybody like, yo, what you made? I said I was happy to make all Manhattan team. I was happy to make second team because there was so many dudes. And then when I played in the Wheelchair Classic, the tryout practice was crazy because, you know, they do the Manhattan, Bronx, and all that. And then they combine, I think, Bronx and something else. So on our team, it was the Catholic school, it was Catholic school and public school put together. So you had all of Manhattan, Catholic school, and then trying out for one team. And then, you know, all the McDonald Americans had to get on the team first. And then it was like whatever was left over. Like, then you battle for that. So you already knew. Like, so it wasn't even, then they had, cause I remember that year, we did the wheelchair classic, then we did the golden hoops, I played in both of those my senior year, and I was mad because Felipe kept getting all the light, because Felipe flew out after golden hoops and went to Magic Johnson. Remember Magic Johnson's celebrity game? Yeah. And then he went to there, and then he went to McDonald's. Like,
Yo,
like,
first of all, let's make some noise for you making golden hoop and wheelchair classic, because people that don't know, that wasn't easy to make. And if you played in that, that means you was one of the best. That's just flat out. They don't have those things today. Those are the things that kept us home.
Yep. Facts. And you went to them games and you were like this. I gotta get there. Like you want, like I tell everybody watching like a lot of basketball throughout the country, living in Ohio, living in different places. I tell people all the time, there's no more pride of being on varsity. They let everything, like, you know, freshmen get to sit with the varsity. I remember, I'll make you laugh. So when I transferred from Rice to Manhattan Center, they had a crew still. They had Sean Nelson, who started Trouble Neck. They had Joel Child. They had all these seniors. They had Sherman Jones, who's a honorable mention, all-city player that's from East Harlem and all of them. So I walk in there. Remember, we lost in the championship game, about to go to states at Rice. We was undefeated. We'd been there by about 30, 40. I come in there my first day when Evander Ford was the head coach. I walk in there, and he said, go get dressed. I get dressed. I did cardinal signal rule of all time. Guess what I came out in for the workout and do run? My Rice practice uniform at Manhattan Center. When I said that was the first time I ever felt like I was gonna lose my life, Evander Ford lost it. Cause you know back in the day you couldn't wear them out stuff in them out in the gym.
First of all, come on. You committed a basketball card rule. You don't go nowhere and wear the full uniform if it's not the team you playing on. Right? So that dude walking the ball, ain't nobody picking him. Ain't nobody picking a dude with the full uniform on. And somebody that's from another school.
So, you know, Vanna Ford stick all the seniors on me. And you know, Sean Nelson's always strong. Yeah. They surround me. What you doing with that on? He grabbed my Rice practice jersey and ripped it off my shoulders. Like, and you know, I was probably like 140, 145, 150. These dudes all seniors, they all surrounded me, and he ripped it off. He ripped it off me. I had marks on like my shoulders, and Evander Ford, don't you ever do that. Now, don't get a pair, because that's when we had the shorts that said prime time on the back. Right. Don't get a pair of them shorts and take them green things off. We make it like, now, you know, they probably got him, they probably, you know, suspended him from school and everything right now in this era, you know, and they'd fire Evander Ford. And he's like, look, I'll make you walk to the locker room in your boxes, you know, like, so that was my first day trying to play basketball with Manhattan Center. After thinking, you know, I had my ego of Rice on my chest, like, yo, I won a championship. I don't know what y'all talking about, wow. You know. But that was that humbling moment where, like, you come a part of a team, like, yo, it's this way or the highway. It ain't like that no more all over. Yeah, it's, you know, so. That it kind of showed that it kind of developed us, and that's why I think our team was really good, you know, at that point.
Yeah. So, you know, I know I spoke earlier about you playing with Cam and Rich Parker. Told you I had John on the show, had A Butter on, and Rich Parker, and I asked all three of them. I was like, yo, can Cam really play? Hold on, before you answer. And all three of them says, hell yeah, G. And I said, all right, I'm not going to ask nobody anymore. But then you come on the show. And then you say you play with Cam. So I got to ask you again, fam. Got to ask you the question again.
I'm going to make you laugh. I played with Cam and Mace, because Mace a year older than us, and he was on varsity before me at Manhattan Center. So Mace was a defensive player. He ran a point, but he could defend. He's a defender like this. And all my guys in New York City Harlem know He always had a shirt in his mouth. That's how he defend. You know, like that's how he defend. He'd do that and grab his shirt and then guard you all the time and be and always had he always did the Kenny Anderson step, high step. So that was that. He couldn't really shoot, but Mason balled the hell out of every point guard and every two guard in the league. But I'll tell everybody, the numbers speak for it.
It takes heart to guard.
Yeah, in New York City especially. And we played 94 feet at Manhattan Center. We picked up 94 feet. So it wasn't no, we wait for you at half court. It was all guards picking 94 feet. That was a Vanderford rule. And I'll tell everybody, his record speaks for itself. When I played with my junior and senior year, we didn't lose no games at home. And we only lost 4 games in my 2 years at Manhattan Center.
Wow.
So, and if all the stuff that happened, the bad situation that happened, we was undefeated. Like, so I always say it. We don't want a championship if circumstances was changed. There was nobody beating us. Like, there was no way.
Rick said that. He said that.
Like, I give you some numbers. So I tell people all the time, I didn't score a lot at Manhattan Center because I had Rich, Cam, and I probably averaged about 15. But I averaged over 9 assists. I averaged over 9 steals a game. Because I tell everybody, I was a great ball handler, but I was there for defensive purposes. I was a cut the head off a snake every time. Like, I'm guarding your best point guard, whoever they think it is, I'm shutting them down. Steph didn't give us 20 when we played against them. But me and Cam took that responsibility. That wasn't happening. So you already knew that. Look. He ain't give us a lot of dudes came in there. Look, a lot of dudes came in there. They came in real territory.
It's all good.
And it got so bad. I know they told you this. When I left Rice, they supposed to give us Felipe and them. I seen when we was undefeated. Them guys didn't show up. They sent us a B team. And this is a B team. We beat them by 40 because we said we didn't want them. We wanted the A team. Y'all running. St. Ray's, they didn't want to come to us either because public school, Catholic school like playing public school because if they lose, that ranking go down. But the whole year they was ranked above us, but they wouldn't play us. So, and we made, and Coach Jackson and Richard tell you this, we made room for them. We'll drop a game just to play them. We would drop a game. Like, hey, we want to show up to that game. We have our own private game because it was Catholic school versus public school every year. It didn't matter what it was. Bishop Loughlin.
Yes,
we won though.
We had a conversation last year about who produced the best players, Catholic schools and public schools. But I think we need to have like a big forum for that. Like more people live, have it live, and have people, talk about some of their great. Because I know people on the Catholic school side going to say, we have more players, probably have more pros, and the public school side say the same thing.
Yep. No, people don't know, and you know this, before Manhattan came Manhattan Center, it was Benjamin Franklin. So a lot of dudes came out of Benjamin Franklin. A lot.
You won't believe, I had the legendary Kenny Hutchinson up here. Kenny Hutchinson haven't gave an interview in over 40 years. Everybody thought he was strung out on drugs somewhere out of town. He was in Atlanta sending girls to college and training them and coaching them in high school. And a lot of them was on that night vouching it like, yeah, New York show y'all got some love. He down in Atlanta doing big things. Kenny Hutchinson.
Another monster. Look, just like I tell everybody, the land of New York City was thick of basketball players, and it's just crazy. Like, especially like you said, like that 80 to like I'm gonna say 97. I give 97. That 80 to 97, was different. Was different. Like it was just.
Just thinking about the times, just from when I came in, basketball was so intimidating to me at the time because I came into Lincoln as a football player. I just happened to go out to the basketball team because I lived across town and I didn't want to ride that hour train ride by myself. So my guys who was going out for the team was like, yo, G, come on. I'm going, they number 1 in the state. What we doing? We wasting our time. Back then, there was no JV.
Nope.
There was varsity or bus.
Yep, varsity or you just watch.
That's it. And I'm in the 9th grade. Nobody's picking ninth graders.
Nope.
Coach had surprised for me, cut all my friends and picked 3 freshmen.
Wow.
I was only 5'8". My coach was a fortune teller because that next summer I grew to 6'4", and then to 6'5" and 6'6".
Yeah, he said, look, she saw it in you.
No, sometimes I amaze myself. This is why I think these stories are so great, because each individual person has a different story. Like Corey Williams, right?
Ooh.
He was in Rice. He was in Rice and didn't know how good Rice was. He didn't know Felipe Lopez was there. He didn't know that.
Hey, watch this. I played with his brother, George. He went to Manhattan Center, his older brother. That's why me and Corey so tight. That's how small the basketball world is.
Yo,
George Jorge, we call him George Jorge, was a senior. Well, he's a junior when I got there. He was a senior when he left, and then I left. Rice came there. So his older brother, I played with his older brother, and I wound up playing with Corey and all that stuff again. Like the basketball world, you can't be like you always say, if you good in New York City, you can't say you don't know somebody who's good. That means you wasn't good. They don't know you.
Yes.
Like they don't know your name, and they don't never they ain't see you in everything. Because I tell people all the time, I said the one thing that I was playing 1199. I walked in 1199, didn't know who P.B. Kirkland was. I just wanted to go shoot around because I knew basketball, but I didn't know P.B. Kirkland. I'm just trying to work on my game. He in there with Joe Hammond. I know of Joe Hammond, but I ain't never meet Joe Hammond. I'm like, who's this old dudes in the gym teaching? This dude that look like a pimp with afro and stuff like that. He had to do all, and he started showing me stuff, and then Joe Hammond. I remember this is the first time I was told this. Joe Hammond looked at me and said, yeah, you got that twitch. He said, you're gonna be athletic. You're gonna be able to do everything. But what you gotta do, I'm looking at Joe like he crazy. You gotta go there.
How old were you at this time?
Probably like 11, 12. He was like, yo, you gotta go to every rim and try to dunk. That's how you get your hops. I don't care what you do. You take your 2 hard steps, you go to every rim and try to dunk. You hit the nail, you try another one. You do at least one time in the game. I was like, I'm looking like, whatever, okay. So then on the side, I started. Look, Coach Bingo. Look, Coach Bingo to my tail head a bum. I love you, Coach Bingo. No, another dude that made me run at Riverside. That team was traded to with Coach Bingo. With Lavelle Sanders.
Salute.
Another dude had me out there running too much. And that little gym with the poles in the way.
Yo, we did not. Well, who would have played there, fam? Yo, that's why, I ain't gonna lie. I went to a Riverside practice and then went to Madison Square Broncos. I was like, yeah, this is much like it, and it's a lot closer. we're gonna do this here. I'm not going way up to the Bronx to the Gaucho. I remember with my coach, 2 of the best players that in my era, Spice and Silk, 2 guards. Ross Strickland tell his story about them coming up to Foster Gym to try out for projects, to try for the Gauchos. And he was like, yo, they came up there cooking, but they never came back. I said, yeah, because my coach told them not to. He told all of us, y'all guys don't go to Riverside and Gaucho. His guy was Doc. Now we know that a lot of these guys are friends. So who you got passed off to? Coaches that was friends of another coach.
Dr. Jula. You know, I know all of them. I played for Doc too.
I'm telling you. Listen, son. Does he really look like that? And then you get used to it.
Him, Evander, and Thurm, and Bingo on here are the 3 funniest coaches to play for. Because when you first get to them, you think they joking.
Yes.
Like, Doc was hilarious, and then Thurm be screaming, but you be so hyped because you don't know what he's saying. You just know it's basketball. You just all over the place. I tell everybody, I said, M3 coach, oh man, we had so much fun. I played in Pathmark. Remember the Pathmark League?
Yes.
Where everybody played it, from pros, everything, right in the middle of the hood.
Uptown.
Yup, I'm in the Bronx. Yup. I tell everybody, I said, the Jula brought me up there. He's like, yo, come, he real smooth. Yo, come on. Yo, Headache, I want you to come up here. and show these these dudes thinking that. You give me all that. I'm gonna
Why
take
your
care of
fingers?
you.
Why your fingers?
I'm gonna give you a couple of dollars. You know, don't worry about it. I got you a hot dog. Get your hot dog. I'm like, I got come, yo. But we had so much fun. Oh man, just
when we talk basketball, especially when it's New York guys, we get so distracted and so off topic, but it all makes sense. It all makes sense, and it's all relevant, right? To growing up and the whole fabric of New York City and everything that we learned coming up. It kind of sticks with us, because those are the days that everyone competing but still loving what you do, and it kept us out of trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Kept me alive. I tell everybody that. And I tell a lot of the kids that. I say, it kept me, honestly. I tell a lot of players and a lot of kids I coach, and that's younger and in college, I said, you know what? You're going to miss a lot of things now because it's going to allow you to enjoy life later. And you won't understand what that means until you see a lot of your friends not around no more, or you see a lot of them incarcerated, and then you realize that, basketball really took you, and that's for any sport, if you really take it serious. Yeah. Basketball took you out of the opportunities of making mistakes, because the culture of basketball teaches you discipline to show up on time. It teaches you that you have to be there to get better, and a lot of times kids don't understand that. And I didn't understand when I was young either, but when I come home and I hear about one of my boys getting shot or somebody else getting shot, but I had to make a determination. Like, I wanted to play basketball, so I had to be on time. If not, Evander Ford would sit me. And, we don't never like sitting. So it made you forget about all that other stuff, and it kept us out of that trouble. Yeah, we had to walk through when we were home, but we was in an era where drug dealers and all them guys knew who the basketball players were. Leave him alone. He's a basketball player. That's not what he do out here. Because half the time they betting on us in the park anyway. So
they never tried to reel us in. They never tried to reel us in. They was never like, yo, here's this brick, youngin', come over here. Even though some of us did step on that side, but that was the choices that those guys wanted to make. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I had that one. I had it one time in my life. And because my family is big and everybody know the history of Bob McCullough and my dad and all them, they're like, nah, not him. Leave that one alone. Leave that one alone and let him go. And then my aunt and them was like, oh, you can't go on that block no more. So that kind of saved me. But, at the end of the day, you always had to fight, because that was just part of the game of basketball in the neighborhood, because you couldn't go somewhere else's block and win. And I do it. I tell people, like, I was talking to Darnell Middleton, Lamar Middleton brother, and we was talking about, you remember when we used to get 5 from your block?
Yeah.
And you go another 5, and you have, like, everybody have $1, and you play that group for $1. So you had to pay the guy who was guarding you. So you basically $5.
I guess that's a Harlem thing, because that shit in Brooklyn happened. We fighting. It's like
and usually that's what. So you only took 2 guys that played the 4 and the 5 for you. Was your thugs, because you knew.
Right. There you go.
When the game got physical,
you already know what's happening.